Just tell me. I need to hear it from you. Vivian told me that you're her mother, that she's my daughter. Am I her father, Shirley? Forget about it. For everyone's sake, just forget that whatever just happened. Except they can't, cause I now own Russo Jewelers, Mama. What did you just say? How in the world did you take over their company, Vivian? $1 billion company, manipulating my family, deceiving my family, just so that she could steal from my family. It ain't stealing, it's something belongs to you. What matters is that you and Zeke are still alive. Brandon can't hurt anyone anymore. Spit it out, Wade. What do you think I've done this time? I'd actually like to give you the chance to tell me what you did, Sean. I didn't do anything. Are you sure? Are you positive that you weren't behind the attack on Quinlan Franklin? I'm really sorry that I didn't show up for Christmas, Max. I had to make sure that Quinlan was alright. Not showing up at the estate isn't the only thing you should apologize for, Ben. What do you mean? Is there something that you'd like to fill me in on? Something that you think your little brother should know since this concerns the entire family? You figured out that Vivian Jones is No-No's daughter. Illegitimate daughter. Not only did she gift us with her awful news on Christmas, but she snatched my future right from under me. I hate to admit it, Pacho, but I never thought I'd see the day where you take me out on a date. Why do you think I kept rooting for you to gain Russo Jewelers? I had to believe that you'd be successful so that I could finally show the world the beautiful woman that came into my life. Now that you're CEO, what's your next move? First things first, I gotta move out of that apartment. It ain't a place fit for a CEO of $1 billion company. After that, I'm gonna have to figure out how to tell the world who I am.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Shirley never told me that she was pregnant. She sure didn't, cause I'm standing right in front of you. Now let me formally introduce myself, Lorenzo. Or is it okay if I call you Daddy? Please tell me this isn't true. Please tell me that you didn't keep this from me for 20 years. Please tell me that you did not know that I had another baby girl for 20 years. I guess you're finally ready to talk? I'm ready for you to explain how you've actually hated me these past 20 years. I'm just as surprised as you are, Wade. Are you? Even when you were so eager for me to make Ben and Quinlan disappear? Since Brandon Pittman tried going after Quinlan, it was clear that he wanted to make her disappear as well. I never mentioned that Brandon was the one who attacked her. So Vivian just went to the estate and revealed who she was? That's what happened. But why weren't you the one who told us, Ben? It wasn't my secret to tell. Cut the crap! Because you kept silent, it allowed Vivian to cause damage. What exactly has she done, Max? Not only did she reveal that she's No-No's illegitimate daughter, but she staged an entire hostile takeover of Russo Jewelers. Mama, you ain't tell me that you'd come by here. Since you walked out the other night, I assumed that this would be the first place that you'd like to enjoy the newfound wealth that you unjustly got. And I bet Grandfather Russo played some tricks to start the company in the first place. But I ain't trying to go back and forth with you, Mama. Not in front of Pacho. He's the guy I'm seeing. Nice to meet you, Miss Shirley. I've heard a lot about you. And I've heard enough about you, Pacho. I sure ain't eager to meet the man who schemed with my daughter. In fact, I'd like to speak with my daughter alone. Hold up, Mama. Pacho lives here. His family owns this place. You don't got no right to tell him where to go. If your friend here is offended, then he can throw me out himself. I don't hate you, Lorenzo. You must despise me, because if you truly loved me, then you wouldn't have hidden the fact that I had another child all of this time. For 20 years, you watched me live my life oblivious to the fact that I had a daughter, and that oblivion is what made me lose my company. That girl is young and dumb. We simply need to bring the family together and snatch Russo Jewelers out of Vivian's slimy, greedy hands. If the family gangs up on Vivian, then I'll lose my daughter for good. And I'm not gonna let you get what you want, Clarice. Not this time. Let me be clear. I already heard about Quinlan getting attacked before you came up to me. I didn't expect to hear that news when I saw it. Something in that man must have snapped when his name came out of Quinlan's mouth on her program. A new year is approaching, and you don't know by now that I don't like being lied to? I'm not lying to you, Wade. Give me your phone. What? If what you're saying is true, then handing me your phone wouldn't be an issue. How did Vivian take over Russo Jewelers? For starters, you gave the girl half of your shares. That was the first step she needed to turn everyone against each other. Once she got Nona's shares after blackmailing her, she made everyone else believe that Nona was losing his mind and made everyone in the family believe that they'd be next in line to take over. That's how she got enough shares to become CEO. What were you thinking, Ben? I only signed over my shares to Vivian because I felt like she deserved to have what Nona robbed her of. I didn't know what she was planning. I didn't know that she was trying to take over the company. Well, your act of generosity screwed the family over. Why do you think she hid who she really was all this time? She explained to me that she didn't think she'd be accepted into the family. She sure won't be accepted as a Russo now. As for you, Ben, you've made yourself more of a black sheep than you already are. It's alright, Viv. You and your mother have got a lot to unpack. See you soon. When exactly were you gonna tell me that you were seeing someone? Especially someone like Pacho Torres. Mama, did you show up to ask me about Pacho or to try and convince me to step down as CEO of Russo Jewelers? You shouldn't have walked out on Isaac and I the other day when we were speaking to you. We had nothing to discuss, Mama. I ain't gonna give Russo Jewelers back to the Russos. Not when they can't give me back the 20 years I lost out on. You barely know that girl, Lorenzo. And you wanted me to go on with my life not knowing that she existed. Thankfully, Vivian found me. Thankfully? Are you not upset that she slithered her way into Russo Jewelers and snatched it from our family? Can you blame her? All of her life, she grew up without a father. From the moment she was born, I wasn't there for her, and when she found out that someone like me was her father, she grew angry and wanted to get back at me for not being the sort of father she deserved. For almost a full year, I spoke to that girl as nothing more than an employee when she was my daughter all along. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo. If you're looking for someone to dry your sorry tears for you, Lorenzo, then you came to the wrong person. We had a daughter, Elvira. Remember her? You should be ashamed of yourself for trying to replace our precious pearl with an evil bastard whose main purpose in life is to destroy our family. Found what you were looking for? You better have not deleted any specific messages. There were no messages to delete because I didn't send any to him. Since Brandon is no longer alive, I guess I'll just have to take your word for it. I've never heard you refer to me as the black sheep before. Want to act like one so bad, so I might as well give you the proper title, Ben. Do you even care that I'll never become CEO one day like I hoped? Max, this is the last thing I wanted to see happen. You know me better than that. Do I? Yes, you do. Besides, I'm sure that Vivian will welcome you into the company when you're able to work for Russo Jewelers. Do you know that for sure? That's what I thought. Vivian, you are no longer a little girl anymore. None of us can go back in time, and the Russos don't care either. You stole their company. Now they are out for blood. Let them come. Girl, you don't know what you're getting yourself into with these people. You heard Isidore the other day. Besides, I thought you understood that I gave you everything you needed, baby. I needed a daddy. And you can't give me that, Mama. Neither of us had to struggle since Lorenzo could have offered child support without it being a financial burden to him. I know that you needed 2 parents to raise you, but that wasn't gonna happen then. I'm so sorry that you found out about Lorenzo the way you did. Isaac told me that I should have explained everything to you, but I kept putting it off. Lord, forgive me. If I knew that you'd pull something like this. But the fact of the matter is that none of us can rewind time. Not when I found out that I was pregnant with you. Clarice threatened to take you away. I was scared. That's what you thought was best for me, Mama? Growing up, believing that my daddy, some mysterious stranger who was supposed to protect, adore, and love me, ain't love me and wanted nothing to do with me? You really thought it was best for me to grow up with the fact that my daddy ain't even know I existed? Do you think that Lorenzo will accept you into his life after you stole his company? It don't matter, cause his company now belongs to me. I would never try to replace Elvira. Don't lie to yourself, Lorenzo. The very second Vivian tells you that she's your daughter, you welcome the bastard with open arms just because you found out your night of adultery created something, and what you created that night was something wicked. I will not stand here and let you speak of my daughter that way. Ever since that night, I felt tremendous guilt because I knew that I had betrayed the only woman I ever loved. When Shirley and you and I were growing distant. You were growing bitter and make me feel like a monster because you believed that I didn't make Elvira feel loved before her life was taken. One thing I will not apologize for is mourning my pearl. After Elvira was taken from us, you were cold and you were focused on painting yourself as the all-powerful and immortal Lorenzo Russo, but I still loved you enough not to hop into bed with the first man who ever showed me any affection. I was vulnerable. Shirley was only trying to comfort me. I was mourning. Shirley was concerned and things got out of control. Clarice, you know that I loved Elvira. You know that I missed her ever since she was taken from us. You know how painful it is to lose a child. Why would you hide the fact that I had another child out there somewhere? Because it wasn't fair. When Shirley told me that something was growing inside of her, so much rage was growing inside of me. I had just lost my baby, and you had the chance of becoming a father again because of your betrayal. I wasn't going to stand by, watch you coddle and spoil that spawn with birthday parties, Christmas gifts, and make Isidore and Gianni adore your little bastard. Especially when that spawn turned out to be female. That spawn deserved better. Vivian deserved so much better. I won't only win Russo Jewelers back, Clarice, but I will do so by winning my daughter's love.